It's like one of the old school programs where you buy a house and you don't show any income and you don't show any employment. So this loan is not for everybody. This loan typically is for people that have a situation. Mostly I see self-employed people where maybe they haven't filed taxes for the last few years. And there can be a bunch of reasons. Sometimes they're just behind in terms of filing their taxes. Sometimes there's something that they're collecting and they have to file. Maybe they've done some extended extension and they have to resolve some issue with the IRS. It can be all kinds of reasons. A lot of times self-employed people will start a business. They haven't been self-employed for 2 years, so this is a good fit for them. Sometimes you'll see somebody has sold a business and bought a new business, and so even though they've been self-employed for a long time, there's just been a lot of changes going on. And so this would work for them too. And then you do get people that are not self-employed, but maybe they're moving from one state to another. Maybe they've changed careers. Sometimes I find people that are maybe recently divorced or separated and their finances are a little messy. And so they're waiting for that to stabilize. And so this would be an option. Now you have to realize that because we're not checking your income, we are looking at your credit and we are looking at your assets. So the 20% down, which is the least you can put down, is you need a 720 credit score for that. So if you were to buy, say, $1 million house and you had a 720 credit score, you're putting down $200,000. You can go lower. If your credit score was 620, 100 points lower, you can still buy the house. But now you have to put 50% down. So you can see the down payment goes from 200,000 to 500,000 on $1 million house if your credit score is significantly lower. The other thing is we're going to look for reserves. So when you just put 20% down, after you go to settlement and after you pay the closing costs, you're going to need about 9 months reserve. So if your payment's $4,000 a month, you're going to need $3,600 in the bank after you close. But if you were to put 25% down, then that reserve requirement typically goes to 6 months. So that goes down a lot. If you're at 4,000 times 6, you'd only need $24,000 in reserves. You do have to remember that this is not a loan that you would probably keep for a long period of time. The rates are higher, but it would allow you to buy a house and then you refinance into a more traditional loan when your situation clears up. And that's what most people are doing with this loan. It's a temporary solution for a situation that they're in. And you have to be aware also, this is not in every state. So there are definitely repayment laws, and a lot of them are state by state. And about 60% of the states, they would allow you to do this type of loan where you do not have to show your income, you do not have to show your employment, but you can still qualify for a loan. It's a good option for certain situations.